Morning guys, February 1st, 2023. This is I got a call from that older lady, that 92-year-old lady that I fixed her sink for, and she's having a problem with the heat over there. And went out last night. She called me, and I'm going by there this morning. She hit the reset, it fired right up. So she got another oil company that's involved over there. So I wasn't sure if she wanted me to take over the service. I'd rather not get. I don't like to slime in on other companies, you know. But she's calling me. I told her to think about it last time I was there. If she wanted to continue with them other guys or call me, I don't want to. I don't steal customers off people, you know. But anyway, it's a Wild McLean QB burner, which is definitely not the greatest. I think there's an issue there with the oil flow, from what she says, because she hits the reset, it fires right up, and it runs fine for a while, and then it trips out again. So a lot of times it's starving for oil, right? So we're gonna go over there. We're gonna check it. She said something about they're giving her biodiesel now, so that's never good. She got an older tank there, so let's go there and start with the filter. See what we got for a filter. I have parts for that burner in my truck, I believe. QB. It's kind of a weird burner. You don't see that many of them around. I'm not a big fan of Wild McLean boilers for a house. Never have been. Well, for a commercial building, big Wild McLean boilers, yeah, they're good. But for a house, I wouldn't recommend them. I'm not a big fan of them. I don't like the way they're put together. Real tight passageways. Kind of cheesy the way you go take them apart. You can tell they're cheesy. I don't like the QB burner. I don't like that. It wouldn't be my first pick, put it that way. Anyway, we're gonna go over there. She'll probably be down there. She got two canes. Two canes, and she's concerned about them stealing her, taking her license away from her. She's 92, can't even walk. So they want to take her license away from her. She's fighting that. I mean, I wouldn't want her on the road driving around me, I'll tell you. She can't even walk with two canes. She's fighting for her license still. I mean, I can see her point, but she's going to crash into somebody. I mean, you can't even walk without canes and you're going to be driving? That doesn't seem right. That's probably why they want to. I think after you get over 90, they pull your license away from you unless you fight for it. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to ask her when I see her about that. Why they're taking her license. She's got 2 days, I guess, she's going to be. So I said, well, why don't you call them and deal with that? I'll go by later. She said, no, I need my heat fixed. So I'm going by there now. See if we can figure out what's going on with it, Molly. She's quite the character. She's pretty sharp for 92. Alright, Molly, I'll be back. Truck really warmed up. It didn't take long to get here, and truck's warm. I see a pan. This definitely has a good heater in it. Alright, let me get my tools. I'll go fix this lady's thing. It's tripped again, so let's check the oil. That's quite a while. Alright, so we got it off. Let's check the filter first. Solenoid valve. That's questionable. That transformer. Let's check the oil flow at the filter first. We got oil, so that's not an issue. Let's check this filter first then. It seems a little wet here. It seems tight. There we go. filter looks fine. Filter looks fine. That's not a problem. So that's not a problem. We're gonna bleed it. We're gonna bleed it back at the pump and see what we get for flow. It's brand new, that filter. I'm not gonna change it. We'll see what we get for flow through the pump. That all looks good. Man, I might have an 85 in there or something, I'm not sure. We are tripped here. Kind of a weird setup on this. Looks like a new transformer too. Let's see what we're looking at for the nozzle.
Did you see the ignition switch over here?
I got the switch off at the burner.
That's one of the things that they did last. One of the parts that they did last.
What did they do last?
They changed the ignition switch.
The transformer, this nozzle assembly is loose. See, that was loose right there, the nozzle
It's
assembly.
right over here. I
What
kept it
Yeah, show me what they changed. Probably that transformer, I'm
in
thinking.
the damn full thing. That one of the
Yeah,
last
okay,
things
so they did change the transformer. Okay, so that's good.
Well, I don't know if that's
Yeah.
good, but I had trouble ever since.
Yeah, that's gonna come back. Yeah, I gotta loosen up the screw.
First, they didn't clean it. You know, after all winter, they don't clean it. Doesn't need cleaning.
Well, I don't know, ma'am. Let me do my job, please. Don't start on me now, please.
Okay.
Let me do my job, and I'll let you know what I find, okay?
Really? All right.
Fair enough?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Please. Why are they taking your license? Why are they taking your license? Why?
Oh, okay. One night I went out. I went out to, well, not night because I don't drive at night, but I went to charge my battery because I was going outside on my driveway and charging it every other day.
Whoa, what's this?
And when I told that to my neighbor, he says it sounds like you got a low battery. Well, apparently Toyota didn't do their damn job. I took the car in order to get it ready for winter.
This was
And they checked it, you know, and gave you the inspection ticket. But they didn't apparently check the damn battery. So it was the battery, a low battery. So I went to AutoZone, and they sold me a battery, and they put it in.
Why you lose? I asked you why you're losing your license. You didn't.
Well, because, all right, because I was going out every other day. One day I went out, and they got a little darker because I was told to charge my battery. You know, so anyhow.
What are you coughing for, ma'am?
I went out, and by the time I was trying to come home, I took a wrong street, and by the time I wasn't finding myself where I could recognize where I was, and it got dark, and I thought I can't go any further. This is too dangerous, so I stopped. I didn't ring doorbells because I didn't think anybody would answer their damn bell with all the crying going on.
So you were lost.
So I stayed in the street and hoping somebody would stop. Now somebody stops, and he's not from around here. Not from around here at all. And he doesn't tell me that. So he's trying to follow his GP, whatever the hell that is. And going round and round and round and round. I said, oh my God.
Wow, you got a big ass nozzle in here.
I'm coughing because of this bloody mask.
Do you have TB?
No, I'm coughing because of this mask.
Well, take it off then. I'm not gonna. Don't worry about it.
So anyway,
that thing was way in there.
I was wondering why in the hell is he going so fast around the corner? I suppose he had to look at the signs of the streets.
Oh, yeah,
it was dark, you know, and he's not familiar with the area.
Oh, dirty
so I thought I was being victimized again. So anyway, I told him, if you take me home, I will pay you, you know, for his time. Well, since I
He's
offered
got a
him
70.
money,
He's got a 7560 in here, and he didn't have that thing set right. That thing should be set way back. The burner's not set up right.
oh, that's what I figured. Something wasn't set up correctly. Because they
Something's
didn't
wrong
understand
here,
this damn thing. They kept insisting I had only one zone, and it's because it was at the end of the zone that darn radiator wasn't working right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm going to explain to you what happened with the radiator.
So why are they taking your license? The guy made a complaint on you?
Okay, so the fellow, he told me, he drove me to the, he drove me on this street and tells me that's the school, the Cushman School. I says, no, it's not. He wasn't pointing to the Cushman School. That much I could see. And so he says, I'm going to call the police. I says, please do. So the police came, and I was so damn exhausted and tired, emotionally and physically, from everything I've been going through. So I asked the police, would you take me home, drive my car, please, for me, and bring me home. And I told them I had just come back from the grocery shopping. My groceries were still in the car. And so anyway, they took my groceries in for me.
Yeah, so they said that you should.
So
They said
drive,
you shouldn't be driving.
I'm
Yeah.
having trouble seeing or some damn thing, but I have no damn problem.
You can't even walk, ma'am. I mean, why are you driving?
Pardon?
You can't even walk.
I walk well enough with these two canes, and I've been doing it for years.
I don't know.
I always park in the handicap places. I have no trouble.
You're gonna need to have a. Gonna have to
stay
get
home.
a.
I don't want to die in no nursing home.
No.
Home is where I want to be. A lot of people die at home, and that's what I want.
Yeah, I don't see why not. All right, so we're gonna change that. We're
And this
gonna
is so I don't
put a
have to
different
take
nozzle in
medication.
there.
That's why I use these two damn canes. Slapping the bones together is painful. And if you take medication, it ruins your damn stomach. So I like to stay home.
Did you take a bath yet?
Pardon?
Did you take a bath?
Did I take a bath?
Yeah.
No.
We
No,
talked
I
about
have
that
not.
last time I was here. You were gonna take a bath.
Showers. I take showers. I never had one damn bath in that bathtub of mine. Not one.
How come?
That big burner that they took out to begin with, the big huge burner that I once had, iron burner, at that time.
Fucking thing is on it.
Oh, what the hell can I say it simply? It seems that because I had a thermostatic valve, it was causing a problem. They took out the big water tank. A plumber from the Dartmouth took out a big water tank,
I'm gonna put a
and that
different
caused the
nozzle.
problem. And a plumber from Providence, whom I can't call anymore because I can't call out of state. But anyway, that plumber, he showed me, he proved it to me, that if you have a thermostatic valve, the moment you start to draw water, it's going to give a problem to the water. You won't get hot water.
No, he's trying to sell you a new system. That's what that guy is trying to give
All
you.
I know is
Trying to give you the whole how you doing, you know. Trying to get some of your husband's money out of you.
well, what the hell is happening? I don't know. I'm told one thing and then told something else and told something else, and everybody comes in and out of the yard and does what the hell they please. My God, I mean, it's awful.
Yeah.
I think because you're of age, they can do as they want. One guy comes on the premise, I don't even know him. He starts taking the snow off my car because he wants work.
Really?
Yeah, some guy that lives not too far from here. Well, I don't want any more strangers in my house. The other day, I was at the cleaners, and they gave me a slip when I brought the clothes in. But when I went to go pick it up, they had increased their price by about $8.
Wow.
Well, I was arguing with them, for God's sake, if
Yeah.
you give me a slip and it's going to cost me so much, I should be able to get it for that amount.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. So then it was dark. So I was concerned about coming home, because entering my driveway is not that easy to see at night.
Right.
Right. So
All right. For one thing, they got this thing set for like 1.25 nozzle, which you don't have. You got a little 75 in there, so this has to be brought way back.
Huh. That's
Okay.
what I figured. Something like that they didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Well, we're gonna start with that. How's that sound? Okay.
Yep.
You see where it is now. It's way back, where this screw is. where the screw is now, it's here.
Because yesterday, it went off and on between two lines. The two, you know, the red lines on the dial? Between two lines.
All right, listen to me. Listen to me. Let me talk, please. Okay. We're gonna put this. We're gonna put this there where it needs to be. We're gonna reset. We're gonna reset the air band where it needs to be, and we're gonna let it ride. Okay? That's where it belongs. That's where it belongs, according to that. I want to see what we're getting for oil flow.
Right. I'm gonna let you alone. So
out of this thing. Let's see if we're getting any oil flow out of this thing.
But I don't drive at night at all. I don't care how short the distance is. I just don't.
So the cops probably said that you shouldn't be driving, and now they're gonna pull your license because you were stuck on a flipping road.
Well, for God's sakes, at place cards everywhere I go, I haven't parked in a normal place. I don't think for 15 or 20 years. I know what I'm doing. And I can live here another 7 years or 10 years, for God's sakes, with no problem at all. Providing people tell me the truth and they do the right thing.
I don't know why this is...
I like my home. I don't want to be anywhere else.
I don't know why this black one is... This black one's on negative. I wonder why. Yeah, the black one's for the... delayed oil valve, which might be an issue also. That delayed oil valve might be an issue. We might just take that out of the sequence. I want to see what they're getting for oil flow coming out of this thing. The delayed oil valve might be an issue. It could be anything. Could be this control's bad. Like I said, it could be anything. Not always easy. Let's see. I want to fire this thing up and see what we're getting for. See what we're getting for. What we're getting for fire here. How it's running and whatnot. I'm not the greatest burner in the world. Let's fire it up and see how it looks. Change the nozzle. Let's see what we're getting for. Let's fire it up and see what happens here. You ready? We're all back together, right? Should be a little delay. Yeah, that control's got a delay on it. Good there. I'd like to take that delayed oil valve out of there, to be honest with you. If it was a problem with the oil flow, you'd see it spittering and sputtering and whatnot. I got air in the pump still, remember? Alright, so let's see what we're getting for oil flow here. I left air in that pump, in that filter, right? So let's bleed that out. See what we're getting for flow. Obviously there's an issue here that's going on with something. get the air out of it. Just starts to jump out FF here. Transformer's been changed. Fired up nice. Gotta get the air out of that pump. Getting a nice flow there. I just want to make sure I get all the air out because I left the air in the container. There it comes. So we get it.
We'll be upstairs, okay?
Alright, I'm just getting a good flow out of this thing and this might be questionable as the delayed oil valve. Take this delayed oil valve right out of here, to be honest with you. I mean, it might be an issue. When, you know, acting up every so often, giving us a problem. Don't really need it. I like to take it right out of the sequence. You don't need the flipping thing. Could be a problem. Seeing that there's an issue here with this thing. Obviously something's a problem with it. very well just be that right there, that delayed oil valve giving us issues. Take it right out, we don't need it anyway. One less thing to give you problems. Not working anyway. The thing fired right up, so the thing's not even working. Don't need it. Take that out of there. We're getting a good oil flow. We'll put it back together. We'll reset. Put a new nozzle on it and reset the draw assembly where it needs to be. We'll try that. Kind of a queer setup here. I'm gonna spin this sucker. Take the motor out. Put this back in. It's very strange. The whole thing dropped down on me. Oh, I see. We gotta. There it is. This thing's moving on me. That's what it is. Thing's flipping moving on me. Queer ass design. Should go now. There it goes. Gotta play flipping musical chairs with this bitch. That's really weird. I almost think they give us problems. Just gonna make sure I got my electrodes plugged in, which I do. That's in all the way. Gotta make sure we get this in now. There it goes. Dropped into place. Tighten up these bolts. Should be good to go. Got that delayed oil valve out of there. That thing's questionable. All the times them are an issue. They get older, you know. I think it's a fuel issue because it seems to fire up pretty easily. Alright, so we got the delayed oil valve on it. Everything's back together. Let's see how she fires. Running it a little lean, we don't want it, you know. It's possible we've got delayed oil valve. I don't know why they got this makeup here shit. I mean, that could be have a mouse nest in it too, but then that would be, if that was the case, this thing would be all full of soot. She's a little rumbly, isn't she? So I removed the delayed oil valve, new nozzle, clean the burner head, reset the drawer assembly where it needs to be. That's where it should be. Before we had it way up. So now more of the flow is going through the nozzle and spraying. I did clean it, it was pretty dirty. We're getting a good oil flow. It's a new igniter. I don't think that's the problem. It's a little rumbly. I'm getting an okay draft over the fire. This is not a problem because it won't really make a difference when I open that up. It's sucking air in through here also if it had to, right? That was blocked. Suck air in through there. Seems to be running good. New nozzle, good oil flow, removed delayed oil valve, reset drawer assembly, clean burner head. Then pull this back where it needs to be. Took the delayed oil valve out. This is new. Cleaned up the wiring. Got no leaks here on the filter. I don't think it's an oil flow issue. We'll let it ride. So she's off on high limit and she's shut off. That one's calling and that one's calling, so they're both calling, both zones. She's complaining about one of them's not coming back warm, so I don't know. We might have to purge it here. There's baseboard upstairs though. Might have to bleed the radiators. Gotta give it a little time. I want to do a purge. If I had a place to dump the water down here, I could do a purge on it. Whoa, just give it a little time, see if it comes back warm. I just fired it up, right? That's a good one. I'm gonna give it a little time, make sure it's starting to come back warm. This should have bleeders on the other one. Alright, this radiator is getting nice and warm. It's cycling on and off on high limit, so it's not tripping out. Let me check the rest of the radiators while I'm here.
But you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that radiator in that room, the monoflow tees in the basement aren't installed right. So
there you go.
This is what happens.
I want to stay here.
Alright, I know you're going to stay here. I know you're going to stay here, but listen to me. There's a monoflow system down in the basement. So
These
you
are
got
all new terms to me.
monoflow system. You got a loop down in the basement, and it's got monoflow tees, and the tees either push or pull to go to these radiators. So this here has a supply on this radiator. The loops downstairs, it goes around like this. The monoflow tee pushes up and pulls to make the heat go to that radiator. We checked them, there's no air in the radiators. So if you got one radiator that's not working, what happens is you gotta have, from an elbow to a T, you gotta have 12 inches.
This is it.
So
installed correctly.
So if that monoflow T is within 8 inches of that elbow, it's gonna be turbulence and it's not gonna work properly. So that's why that room is not working since day one.
Yes.
So the only way to fix that is we got to take the ceiling down in the basement, and we got to drain the system and redo the piping where it is. So there's one system, one radiator in here that's giving you problems, right? Let me go check it.
But it does warm up quickly, and
All right.
I think you'll find that they warm up.
It might just be that you're not giving it enough time to warm up. It might be the end of the run too. She says this one's working okay. Yeah, this one's getting warm, but this one don't, and I checked that there's no air in it. Yeah, that's what it is. And I checked the valves open. The valve is open. The valve's not closed, the valve's open. It's a monoflow T issue. I ain't gonna do it today, Mama. It's happening today. The ceiling's all finished downstairs. I'm flipping a shit show.
Steven,
Yeah, so the ceiling's all, you know, we gotta take that ceiling apart and find out what's going on. It ain't gonna happen today. It ain't gonna happen today, madam.
No, okay.
Okay.
I expect that. But you know.
This radiator here is not getting warm at all.
No. Call me Rita.
Rhea.
Listen to this.
So do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, to some degree. Yes, I do.
Okay,
But
so
from the beginning,
that's
this
why
was put in correctly.
it's not gonna work right.
Right. It's crazy. And then this husband of mine, now that I'm throwing away papers, would you believe that this husband of mine made almost $500,000? $500,000, and the lawyers and the accountants took it all and left me on welfare with the veterans.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy is right. My whole damn life has been crazy. And so I knew my husband wasn't thinking clearly when I saw 2 corporations that he owns and he doesn't know what the hell to do. So he used to say to me about his secretary, I wish she'd stay home once in a while. I don't think she'd let him look at his bloody books. And when I asked her questions, what for? You know, what the hell? So between the lawyers and between her and everybody, it was crazy as right.
They pulled all the money out.
That's right. They took it all.
Wow.
Took it all. And then the veteran is playing games with me. Mr. Bonds, who now is no longer with Dartmouth, to my understanding, I'm getting conflicting stories here, but the treasurer told me that he was told once never to touch a statute law. Well, he did. He did just that. And maybe that's why he's no longer with Dartmouth. So I was told by the tax collector. Gary Corrier, I think.
All right, so listen, I made some adjustments on the burner. Okay, it's running good, cycling on and off on high limit. Let's let it ride and see what happens.
Okay.
As far as this heating goes, I got to come back another day and do it. But this
That's
is a major job. This is not something that's going to be easy
I
to do.
understand.
It's not going to be no half an hour job.
Probably an all-day job.
Yeah,
yes.
it's not going to be, just so you could probably, you're not even using this room.
I'm going to. That's the point. I want to use this room. We used to live in this room.
Yeah, but you're 92. I mean,
Please listen to the whole story.
All right. Come on. I got other jobs to do, man.
My father was beating my mother.
I gotta go.
My father was beating my mother. I added an addition because her doctor told me he could kill my mother. You think I was going to stand around and let my mother be killed by my father? The district attorney wouldn't move. Her doctor wouldn't do anything. Nobody except to tell me that my father could kill my mother. Well, I added an addition, 10 feet to my home. This is going to be their bedroom.
Yeah.
And then the detective Mirandas, the police detective, the Mirandas told me, don't do it. Because the housing court is so messed up that your father's going to end up living here and you'll be out of your home. So I didn't do it. And I had to wait until my father died before my mother came here. Then I kept her for 7 years. Okay, she stayed with me. She was very, very sick. But the woman worked very hard to stay healthy. We used to walk, rain or shine, we'd be out there walking. That's what the doctor told me to do, and that's what she did. But nevertheless, damn it all, I did everything I could right. And yet, Mr. Bonds with Dartmouth violates a statute law that he was told never to touch. And maybe that's why he's no longer with Dartmouth right now.
Yeah, probably. All right, so this radiator is definitely not heating up.
No.
It's got an issue. But I tell you, that's what the issue is. All right,
So
madam, let's go.
So
I
what do
gotta
I have
go.
to do? What can I do? I'm with Pace, supposedly.
All right, listen to me. Let me pack up my tools.
Yep.
I'll get your slip.
Yep.
You can pay me for what I did today, and I can go to my next job.
Okay.
Please. I gotta go.
I realize that.
I know you want to talk, but man, I gotta go.
But you gotta understand certain things, so you.
Yeah, no, I understand. But you have to understand my point. I got jobs to do.
Okay.
You know.
All right. And I don't want to give you problems waiting for your money and all that.